The aim of marketing is to know and understand the customer. And we've spent significant budget dollars on the tools, technology, data, and media on this quest to know and understand the customer. And yet, we're not making deeper connections. Our data shows brand loyalty and affinity in a long arc of decline. The reality is that despite all this spend and effort, we don't know and understand the customer as much as we think we do. And perhaps this is a matter of semantics. I mean, what exactly do we mean by knowing? Well, lately, marketing leaders have been guilty of conflating what we know about our customers with truly knowing our customers. And I know this sounds like a subtle distinction, so let me be as clear as I can. What we know gets to all the data and information we've been able to gather about our customers. But truly knowing our customer requires a connection, establishing two-way channels through which valued information flows. Over the years, we've diligently gathered a lot of customer data. We know who they are, where they are, what they do, when they do it. We know their channel preferences, the products and services they've acquired, and the volume and value of their transactions. And to be sure, all of this has helped to build more sophisticated ways to develop products and services, build journeys and experiences, and target timely, relevant messages at customers. But let's ask ourselves, have we confused the means to an end, the act of gathering data and insights, with the end itself? Have we focused too much on the who and what of data and lost sight of why a customer might choose to connect or disconnect with our brand? How much of our current customer data is really helping us answer that key question? To be sure, we are definitely not advocating for you to disregard or even deprioritize your investments in customer data and insights. What we are saying is that data and insights alone have never been enough to build strong symbiotic connections with customers. We need to reset our expectations on the type of value these investments yield. That's our first pathway to the ecology of customer success, resetting our expectation that data collection alone means you know your customer. And to really flesh out just how much data collection gets you, let's use psychologist Frederick Herzberg's two-factor theory. Now, Herzberg developed this theory to examine job satisfaction within the workplace, but we're going to borrow it for the purposes of understanding the drivers of a healthy customer ecosystem. Now, the two factors in Herzberg's theory are motivators and hygiene factors. Motivators are the source of potential satisfaction. Creating more of these will lead to greater satisfaction and deeper connection. By contrast, hygiene factors are the source of potential dissatisfaction. Think of these as table stakes, meaning having or adding more of these items will not lead to more satisfaction, but reducing or removing hygiene factors can lead to considerable dissatisfaction. Knowing about your customer has become a hygiene factor. Having a usable website or being able to find you on Google or sending personalized emails that get the recipient's name and pronoun right, these have become table stakes. Customers expect you to know and anticipate their actions, needs, and requirements. Not being able to do so actively harms connection. However, simply getting it right is not enough to create a real organic connection. To do that, you need to focus on motivators. So to sum up our first pathway, to truly know your customer, it's not just about collecting more and more data. It's about using this data to find those meaningful motivators that build strong connections with customers. And that springboards us to our second pathway, using our data and insights to understand why do customers make the choices they make. Think about what we've experienced over the last 18 months. The brands that have been able to adapt to the unfolding turmoil understand what they mean to their customers and what their customers mean to them, what their customers value, and how they can adapt their offering to create a mutually beneficial value exchange. Now, a big part of how you do this right is by listening. I know it sounds overly simplistic, and we've heard that before, but marketers continue to focus on delivering messages rather than engaging in a dialogue. Delivering messages is a one-way exchange. Dialogue actively involves both parties listening to each other. Now, listening goes beyond just enabling you to build meaningful interactions. It has the potential to build more robust brands too. Take the example of a UK-based financial services brand, barclaycard. They've built their innovation model based on their knowledge of their customers' needs and requirements by understanding the consumer's digital experience expectations and listening to a broad range of inputs, not just customer-stated issues cascaded from sales or customer service. In doing so, they've been able to fix capability gaps based on customer and stakeholder feedback. They've also been able to understand the features and functions that help them deliver differentiated experiences, such as some unique in-app features. And they've created a set of future-forward experiences to design a unique and differentiated customer value proposition, their beyond compare capabilities. This allowed them to be one of the first in their category to offer chatbot support. This demonstrates the power of listening. By listening to their customer needs and engaging in two-way dialogue about their pain points and expectations, barclaycard has built a truly customer-focused approach to deliver new-to-company, new-to-category, and new-to-world innovations. Building connection also means understanding what your customers care about, not just what they need to get done. And that's a big part of the second pathway too. Understanding customers as a whole person, not just as a consumer of your products and services. Looking at our most recent CMO strategic priority survey, 95% of CMOs told us that brands should take a position on the issues that their customers care about. And doing so means more than building brand messages about Pride Month or creating a social media campaign on equality. It means really using your understanding of the whole customer and your influence within the enterprise to ensure that meaningful action is taken. To sum up our second pathway, build stronger connections with customers by listening and engaging in a dialogue with them, but expand your understanding to focus on the whole customer, what they buy from you, but more importantly, what they value.